Joseph's Church, Sentul, with Father Ernest Bailey as its first resident parish priest in 1938, and with this appointment, he fully celebrated all the sacraments in the parish. The first child baptized by the new parish priest was a boy, christened Susay, on 15 May 1938, whose godparents were Masilamani and Savriamal. Father Bailey worked tirelessly, nurturing a young parish in the backwaters of Kuala Lumpur, and in the course of his duties encountered many difficult moments. He mentioned to Joseph Chong that even if St. Joseph himself comes as a parish priest, the people will not still be satisfied. On 24th June 1951 was an important day for the parish of St. Joseph. A great number of people thronged to St. Anthony's Church in Pudu to celebrate and express their gratitude to a remarkable man, Father Victor Antoine Herman, a non-resident priest who helped tremendously in the establishment of the parish of St. Joseph in its infant years. He celebrated his Golden Jubilee on that day. It was a day to be remembered. In 1952, as construction works were going on, the parish had to prepare for a remarkable event. The pilgrim statue of Our Lady of Fatima from Portugal arrived in Kuala Lumpur. The Church of St. Joseph was given the honor and privilege to have the sacred statue exposed for veneration. The wardens and the legionaries worked out on an elaborate program for the occasion. A motorcade comprising of some 20 to 30 motorbikes led the statue in procession, starting from the Ipoh Junction near Sentul Police Station to the church. The people, including non-Catholics, took part in the procession. The church was overflowing with people, a sight never seen before. After the service, the crowd that aligned to venerate the statue was overwhelming. All main churches in Malaya were given an opportunity to experience the joy of exposing the relic of St. Francis Xavier in their relevant parishes. In 1953, soon after the extension of the both wings and the front of the church, once again, God's blessing was upon this parish when this great event took place. Catholics and many others of different religions venerated the arm of St. Francis Xavier before it was sent to Rome. Father Pierre de Croix, an expelled missionary, experienced persecution at the hands of the Red Guards of Communist China. He was sent as an assistant parish priest to St. Joseph's in the year 1953 and to learn Tamil. However, his heart was still with the Chinese community because he had spent the first 3 years of his early priesthood working among the Chinese Catholics at the Church of the Immaculate Conception in Kunming Province, China. He started to study a new Chinese dialect, Cantonese, and began working with the Chinese youths in Jinjiang. In 1954, Father Pierre de Croix left Sentul for Holy Rosary Church in Brickfields, a Chinese-based parish in the heart of Kuala Lumpur, as an assistant priest. He started missionary work among the Mandarin and Chinese-speaking laity. The last Mass celebrated by Father Ernest Bailey before his departure was on a Sunday. The attendance at this Mass was well represented by the parishioners. Dr. Selvin, a close associate of Father Ernest Bailey, recorded this service on cine camera. This was something amazing to the parishioners at that time. At this Mass, Father Anthony Michael, the new parish priest, was accorded a warm welcome. After Mass, the congregation gathered at Our Lady's Grotto for a group photograph session. Father John Edmonds soon joined Father Anthony Michael as assistant parish priest. In 1955, Father Anthony Michael appealed to the diocese in Malacca for permission to purchase a new car for the parish. Sooner than said, a gleaming new black Austin of England was parked for the first time at the porch of the presbytery bearing a BE 5517 number plate. Father Anthony Michael took great care of the car. In the same year, Father introduced a simple public address system in the church. He removed the pulpit used by Father Ernest Bailey at the front right side of the church. Father Anthony Michael was very concerned about the discipline of the service. There was a dress code, a tie with long-sleeved shirt. He expected them to be neatly attired for Sunday service. The parish priest reprimanded servers who did not observe the dress code. Servers not serving on any Sundays or feast days had to be at the choir. Father Anthony Michael took a keen interest in the choir. He had Anthony as choir master, assisted by Stanislaus Paiva. Joseph Emmanuel, a teacher from St. John's Institution, was the music conductor in the choir. Father made it a point to be present at most of the choir practices and introduce new hymns. St. Joseph's Church made history again when Father Anthony Michael was appointed as chairman of the organizing committee for the installation of Bishop-elect Reverend Dominic Bendargan on Sunday, 21st August 1955. Father John Edmund, assistant parish priest, was transferred to Ipoh and was replaced by Father Joseph Rutens in the same year in Sentul. Father Rutens was young and a favorite among the youths of the parish. He was artistic and talented in many subjects, namely mathematics, health science and geography. He spent time with the youths tutoring them in their weak subjects, and on Saturday nights he would gather the boys in the presbytery to tell those ghost stories that he had written. He even bought them a pair of boxing gloves and taught them boxing as a game. He had a passion for miniature model trains. He got the permission of the parish priest to turn the upstairs lounge of the presbytery into a model town with railway tracks and railway stations. His sermons were well prepared, and the best of the sermons were the ones he delivered on the explanation of the 10 Commandments. Father Swaminathan Savary commenced his administration of the parish. In 1958, Father Swaminathan Savary initiated a novena devotion to Our Lady of Perpetual Succor. Novenas were held on Saturday evenings, followed by benediction of the Blessed Sacrament. The church would be packed for this service. Father Gilbert Griffon saw the pathetic living conditions of the railway quarters of the industrial and manual group. He was much disturbed. He observed that the area was a breeding ground for gangsters and other illicit activities. He was aware that most of the youths in this area were under police observation. He made up his mind to bring some peace to this area by changing the lifestyle of the youths irrespective of religious beliefs. Father Swaminathan noted the need to set up a private school to aid the Standard 6 and Form 3 dropouts from government schools, open a co-ed school with 5 classrooms at the back of the church. Even though there were a number of private schools in Sentul, yet schools run by the church were much sought after because of the commitment, discipline and guidance offered by the schools. The changes in education policy in Malaysia then brought about the closure of the school. In mid-1962, Father Swaminathan was transferred to Our Lady of Fatima in Brickfields. Father Pierre Bretador was appointed parish priest. The Catholic Church had its changes following the Second Vatican Ecumenical Council convened in Rome by Pope John XXIII from 1963 to 1965, had its intention and purpose to highlight the Church's apostolic and pastoral mission, and by making the truth of the gospel shine to lead all to seek and receive Christ's love which surpasses all knowledge. In mid-1965, Father Laurent Le Guen was appointed assistant parish priest. Father Gilbert Griffon and his new assistant had many ideas in common and could cooperate as a team in all areas of parish work. Together with a formidable volunteer workforce of 110 legionaries and 108 YCW members, they embarked on a plan to awaken the estate workers to answer the call of the gospel. The YCW, both English and Tamil, become the real apostles of the estates. They trained and educated them to approach their many social difficulties and employment grievances in the light of the gospel. With impulse sustained from the tandem, Griffon Le Guen, St. Joseph's, being one of the bigger parishes in the diocese, developed its missionary outreach program in a 3-pronged approach. 1. Religious information. 2. Resolutely true to gospel social actions. And 3. Missionary in outlook. On 8 January 1966, Reverend Deacon Edward Xavier Susay was ordained priest in a simple ceremony in the company of the clergy, relatives and friends. The celebration of the ordination was officiated by His Lordship, Bishop Dominic Bendargan, thus placing our first jewel in the crown of the Diocese of Kuala Lumpur. On 19 January 1966, His Lordship Bishop Dominic Aloysius Mendagan sent Reverend Father Michael G. Pinto, who was ordained at the Church of Assumption on 2nd January, to St. Joseph's Church, Sentul, as assistant parish priest. In 1967, His Lordship Bishop Dominic Mendagan sent Father Michael G. Pinto to Sabah to study Bahasa Malaysia under Father Peter DeWitt, a Bahasa specialist. Upon his return, Father Michael G. Pinto celebrated the whole Mass in Bahasa Malaysia for the first time in Sentul and Diocese of Kuala Lumpur. Though the response of the laity to the spiritual movement of renewal was encouraging, but some murmurs of dissent were heard amongst the traditionals. After his tenure of service at St. Joseph's as parish priest, Father Gilbert Griffon returned to France for a short holiday in 1967. His Lordship Bishop Dominic Mendagan then appointed Father Laurent Le Guen as parish priest. St. Joseph being a very large parish of about 8,000 Catholics, of whom 3,000 were scattered in the rubber estates of northern Selangor and Pahang, and the rest were widely distributed in the environs of Sentul. To meet the growing demand of the parish, Bishop of Kuala Lumpur sent Father Anthony Thomas as assistant parish priest. He is a man of varied talents with a keen interest in liturgy and spirituality. He was known as the man of few words. Father Anthony Thomas succeeded Father Pinto in July 1971. He maneuvered the parish out of the dark clouds that hung over her. He did not allow any parishioner with negative values to become stumbling blocks for the growth of the parish. With the help of a dedicated group of parishioners, he put the church back into order with unparalleled initiative. In 1974, the Archbishop of Kuala Lumpur sent Father Anthony Soto Fernandez, Rector of College General Major Seminary, Father Pierre Bretador and Brother Augustine Julian, Sister Selina Lowe, IJ, Sister Eilish Cafe, IJ, Sister Jane Ko, FMM, and Sister Grace Lee, DSP. 5 representatives from religious congregations were sent to study the documents of the Second Vatican Council at the East Asian Pastoral Institute in Manila. They studied the documents under the able guidance of 25 eminent professors and returned to Malaysia in 1975. They were then summoned by the Archbishop to organize a study program for the clergy and religious entitled Ajonamento. They came up with a document called 5 Loaves and 2 Fish, which became a transforming factor for the Peninsular Malaysia Church. In August 1976, a total of 126 personnel comprising of bishops, clergy and religious representatives attended this historic event, Ajonamento, at College General Penang. The Latin word aggiornamento means updating in the English language. Father Thomas left the parish to take up his post as lecturer at College General. In May 1982, Father A. Amalanathan was posted as parish priest. During his term of service, a certified land surveyor was employed to survey the entire church land. After a short stay in Sentul, he left the parish in September 1982. In 1994, Father Suse foresees the need for a new parish in the North District of Kuala Lumpur to serve the Catholics living in Selayang, Seri Gombak and Batu Caves in Selangor. He formed an ad hoc team comprising of himself, Father Edwin Paul and Louis Kanu. They were to look for a suitable site, and anyone knowing of a prospective dealer was requested to inform them. In June 2001, Father Ferdinand was appointed parish priest. For the first time in the parish, an installation of a parish priest was celebrated on 16 June 2001. The parish prepared an elaborate program, but the Archbishop advised the committee for a simple celebration. A dinner was held, and he was shrouded with a golden shawl as a mark of appreciation and respect. The first meeting of the various ministries with Archbishop Murphy Pakiam was held on 27th January 2005. He noted down the particulars of the various committee members of PPC, BCOT and PFC. He expressed disappointment at the lack of representatives during the pastoral visits, as the parish is made up of 12 zones and 42 BCs. Father Stanislaus was appointed as parish priest of St. Joseph's Church on 1st September 2005. He associated with the parishioners and got himself acquainted. This was followed by a series of talks, group sharing and discernment. The group formulated a new vision and mission statement for the parish, which is Vision, a united and caring community. Mission, we the people of God in St. Joseph Church witness Christ's presence in our basic ecclesial communities, working together as a united and caring community, deeply rooted in the Word of God. The grand finale of the feast will